And as always, we're joined by the head coach of the New York Giants, Joe Judge. And, Coach, we're going to go to the first defensive series of the ball game. And obviously, your defense is in a compromised position. It's first and goal at the 9. Now it's fourth and goal at the 1. I'm guessing you guys are thinking, hey, early in the game, they're probably going for this, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is an aggressive mindset offense anyway. So we were anticipating a lot of go for it on fourth down situations, whether it was in a low red area or out in the field as well. Something we practice throughout the week. We call it quattro situations when you're expecting to go for it on 4 downs. So how you treat third down is important as well. But this is a situation, again, you said it's first and goal from the 9-yard line, ends up being fourth and goal from the 1. And our defense, it doesn't matter where they start. It's never their choice of when they go on the field or what the circumstances. Their job is to make the stop regardless of what it is. They did a great job in this situation right here. So again, we're 4th and 1 right here. It's their first time on the field as a defense this game. They're on the 1-yard line. So when you're on the 1-yard line, you're really having to think several things based on their personnel and packages. And again, this is a heavy run team. It's one of the top run teams in the league. But the first thing you're thinking on a 1-yard line is stop the run and build that wall right there. And really what it comes down to on goal line runs is the penetration up front to flush, displace the line of scrimmage, and make sure the ball can't go vertically across the goal line right there and end up in points. The next thing we're thinking out with a team like this is it's a heavy cross motion team that wants to use the motion to create picks and rubs for each other out into the pass route, counting on some kind of tight man-matched coverage down here. All right, a lot of teams will use some kind of pick and rub scheme right here to free guys up in different patterns, but this is no different right here. And the next thing I think is contain. So on the outside right here, we had Pep, we got Tay Crowder, and their job is make sure everything stays centered in here in the pocket. We don't let a quarterback like Murray break outside. And if he does break inside, make sure we have the man in front to front him up, deny the run in the end zone, and force a tough pass for him right here. And those elements all come together in this play area. So we'll start with the side view right here. I'm just going to watch off the cross motion right here. First thing our guys are thinking is it's a tight condensed formation. You got 3 receivers in the same space. We got to be thinking they're going to do some kind of crossing route. There's not a lot of room vertically on the field. So teams down here have to use the 53 1/3 yards horizontally to get their guys open. All right, first thing when the ball turns over, it starts up front. This is a good job right here, interior of the bigs coming across and stopping what would be a vertical run right there. We've got players in position to fill with vision on it right there for secondary run support. And then off the play fake right here, it's a good job of everybody playing their keys and responsibilities and not drifting and taking the cheese. All right, now, again, as the receivers start working flash routes behind, you see the defensive backs really moving to connect and stay with their guys. And it's a good job of staying disciplined right here. Pep's looking for something coming back his side. Ike's doing a good job of tracking through space right here with the receivers coming back and making sure they're accounted for. Now on the front side, again, tying into Tay Crowder, you see him right here holding vision and leverage on the outside, and Logan's doing a really nice job right here keeping his man responsibility. His eyes are on his man. He's not getting lost with all the stuff in the backfield and letting his guy seep out late. And what they're looking to do is set this up like it's a block and then leak out late, hoping everybody comes up on run support and have an open man in the end zone. It's good discipline right here by Logan staying with his man. It's good discipline by Tay Crowder climbing right here and working for the leverage. And again, this is just a great job right here. And he's a very elusive runner in space, almost more like a punt returner with the ball in his hand of making a single guy miss than most quarterbacks are. And you see Tay just does a great job here playing in space, goes up, challenges the throw, doesn't do anything dumb like come down and hit him on the head late and get a penalty to extend the series. It's a tough throw right here for Murray. He ends up putting the ball high, and that just is a great job right there of Bradbury really closing the space in pursuit on his man coming across. And as we teach him, playing up and through the hands to the ball. And you see James right here knock the ball out late, and it's going to be those kinds of plays in the red area. Plays happen faster, plays happen in tighter windows, throws are more aggressive into coverage. You got to be ready to break it up late. So we'll take another look at this from the back end as well, as in terms of seeing how the pieces fit together. So again, starting with the elements on the inside, we got the bigs right here, and their primary job is take away the vertical run. You go to the edge support players, there's Pep, there's Tay Crowder. You get the man cover guys right here. You're going to see Ike coming from this side of the field, run across in a second. You got Logan right here on the tight end of how he's going to match up. You see Julian right here on his man match here. So it's a situation here where, although there's a lot of bodies crossing horizontally, by playing with just good fundamentals and awareness, and again, Logan on his man right there, as the quarterback goes to break, we can keep more of a contained aspect. You see even the camera guy's fooled out right there. More of a contained aspect and pressure in his face. But you see the break at the end and just playing through the play. James does a great job of staying with it, running through it, and as the ball goes up, there's the contact point, hands up on the ball, and a good PBU right there to go ahead. And first time on the field, they got 9 yards of field to defend. They get us off there. They put the offense back on the field and a chance to go ahead and get some momentum going offensively.
The Cardinals get the ball to start the third quarter, and Coach, you don't want to give up field position via special teams, and we're going to take a look at some of the kickoff coverage here, and a nice job that the unit did.
Yeah, so obviously kickoff coverage has been an emphasis for us. Make sure we're starting with as much yardage as we can. We don't want to put the defense on a short field. So, again, want to start everything fast. Here's the starting opening kickoff of the second half. We have to give the ball back to this offense. Want to make sure we put them as long a field as possible, give our defense best position going forward. But it's going to start right here by just watching. We're going to emphasize just the speed down the field. All right, and as we got a mixture of bodies, speed and size guys across the wave, we really want to go ahead and emerge and see some levels of speed. And the more levels there are down the field, all right, the more declaration of blocks we get inside, and it clears up the picture for everyone to work off the penetrators in front of them. So just watching the side view right here, we're going to go ahead and take a shot. And again, you see as they win that race, you get to about the opposite 40 right there. And there's C.J. Board, a real fast receiver, Nate Ebner. Here comes Carter Coughlin down here to set the edge. And then you got Peppers down here, and Love as our safety is over top. But there's going to be a speed player who's the furthest man away from the ball who's going to squeeze Jaron Williams. Another young guy, did a good job for us, got the nod to come up for the game. Was able to make a lot of plays for us on special teams, really played well and earned his spot at the game the other day. But as you see it going on down the field, really the penetrator, C.J. Board, is the one to come on down there, him and Nate, and kind of flush out the entire return right here. So you see the double teams emerging right there and some blocks set up right there. You start seeing the penetrators come down, and that frees up the other guys to work off them. And along with the chase, the bend and chase speed right here from the backside, that's going to go ahead and eliminate the shot of the returner bouncing it outside. It's going to eliminate the shot of the returner bouncing it back to the field. And with the speed right here, it's going to be one guy working off another. But this is a good shot right here of how our safeties on kickoff, all right, they're not going to play back and wait for the ball to come to them. They're going to see the lane open and then insert to go make that tackle. And it's a good shot there. You end up seeing Jaron, CJ, and Pep on the play. But it ties into the speed with Carter and Nate down the field as well. So we'll take a look at from the back shot right here. And what they're trying to accomplish right here as a return unit is they're trying to double team our 3, build a block and wall right here on our 4 and our 5, and then take their backside blocks and just form a wall right here to soak up all of our backside and then run this thing outside after kicking out Carter, and then hopefully they want to climb up and get Pep as well. What ends up disrupting that is the speed of CJ slicing down and beating his single block, which allows other players to start flowing over. They're leaving the backside 2 on block so he can squeeze down and trim the fat, as we call it right there. We can get a speed player at the 2 to set the edge and prevent them from climbing off and getting Pep, who's the free player right here. And then we got Nate squeezing over. So you see the lanes are really occupied across the board, and that's going to allow the other guys to penetrate or to fit off the penetrators as they work down the field and work away from the other guys trying to block them. So good shot from the back end right here. All right, we're going to see good kick by Graham. Gets that thing directionally kicked outside about the numbers. All right, we're going to see right here as we're squeezing down the field, that's where the double team they're trying to create is. So it's important right here for Nate to get over outside and not get walled off right here and give him that avenue right there to get that thing vertical. But Nate does a nice job here crossing the faces blocker, getting leverage on the ball carrier, really steering that thing back inside. There's Carter there. And you see between Carter and Nate, it's flushing it back where the help is coming from. And you see CJ right here really makes a nice play. So he's crossing the face right there to make sure he takes the quickest route to where that ball carrier is trying to go. He gets there, he disturbs it, he comes back, makes a nice play getting on the legs of the carrier. And then again, here comes Pep right here. He sees the lane develop right there. He's folding inside right now to make that play. And then there's Jaron, who's the unblocked man, and he's at that point of attack right there to make the tackle inside the 25, so better than a touchback for us right there. Good team coverage, good job of guys playing leverage off each other, and it's a good job by the fast guys playing fast and the big guys playing big through blocks.
Now we go to the offensive side of the ball, and Coach, I know things didn't work out the way you had planned on Sunday against Arizona. You did get a big shot play converting a third down that set up a touchdown for you guys. Take us through the play to Golden Tate.
Yeah, so first off, starting off with what kind of defense is, and we knew this was going to be either a heavy blitz team or a heavy coverage team. They really declared and went heavy coverage in the game plan. They haven't done that a lot this year, but we had some anticipation it could go that way right here with how our game plan could unfold. Now, it's 3rd and 4 right here, and that's really a zone they play a lot of man defense. Now, one thing they showed within their game plan throughout the game was they were going to create double teams on certain receivers in the game. Evan Ingram was definitely a guy they were looking to go ahead and eliminate from the game plan by committing 2 guys to him almost every time he was on the field. And they did this a lot with this split safety look. Now, sometimes they stayed too high and will go ahead and play man underneath. And here, the version 2-man's a call you hear people say a lot. What 2-man means is you get 2 deep safeties and everybody underneath is playing man coverage on a receiver, and you're playing tight man coverage with inside leverage, and your help is deep and over the top. Now, on this one right here, they didn't play that. They kind of changed up a little bit on us, but they're playing more of a cover one version right here with one deep post safety, but you see him shaded over here to the outside to Darius Slayton. And what they're looking for right there is that shaded safety is really taking, Slayton, who's a deep threat guy, making sure they have extra help over the top. Inside, what they were looking for was more the double team right here on Evan coming across, and you see how they're playing the outside leverage on Evan, and they're funneling him to the post safety. And what that does right there is it takes away, the quick seam hit for Evan, and then it also goes ahead and discourages you from throwing that deep over with the safety breaking. So by playing this defense, they're hedging their bets about taking away Evan and taking away Slayton on deep routes on the outside and deep overs. Now, where this ties in right here to how you have to be smart and how you play it is, Daniel's got to go ahead and see this, recognize the coverage, and then make decisions going down the field. Well, if they're double teaming someone here and they're giving bracket help to someone here, then somebody else is being singled. And Daniel does a really good job in this pass right here, recognizing that when this coverage declares that he's got several one-on-one matchups to the other side he's going to work on. And because the safety is shaded so heavy over to Darius, and they're looking right here to come here and play almost like a thief technique on Evan, it creates a one-on-one matchup running right down the seam for Golden. We've seen Daniel make this throw several times this year. Really does a nice job of moving the pocket, makes an aggressive throw down the field, and Golden does a great job of going up there in a contested, 50-50 ball type scenario, and he's made so many of these for us this year. It's really a big catch. You tie this together on the back end with how it ties together. It's a 4-down rush, but they're really going to rush 3. We call it P coverage, like prevent coverage. They're going to drop 8 for coverage and only rush 3. So we have to recognize when that happens up front, we've got to protect longer, because the less amount of rushers they have in the game, the more cover guys are going to take a little bit longer to get open and cover. So as you see right here, there's the 3 rushers. Daniel does a really nice job in the offensive line, creates the double teams, really builds that wall for him right there. He slides over, buys himself some more time right here, and they've got these underneath P droppers right there looking for either the crossers or the check down routes right here. Daniel recognizes that, knows his opportunity to make a completion here is down the field. It's only 3rd and 4. We take a shot down the field longer than that. That's really just a good job of Golden going up. So again, the pieces that come together, they did a good job taking away the inside route and the single route on the backside by Darius. So we've got to go ahead and win with Golden down the field. Daniel makes a nice throw. Golden makes a great catch. The protection's nice on this play right here. So it all ties together. There's a lot of decisions have to be made in a short amount of time. Daniel obviously made the right one right here. Golden went up, made a play for us.
Yeah, Coach, I want to ask you about the pressure on the quarterback, the decision-making that comes with it, because if I'm not mistaken, earlier this year against Pittsburgh, when the safety was shaded over, Daniel saw that and took the shot to Slayton. But I guess he's getting a snapshot here in this one where the safety's shaded that way. My best matchup's probably going to be somewhere else.
That's it. You can see them trying to disguise it right here. Now, you get a little bit of sneak peek right here. As we get closer to the snap, they start dropping the one safety down and get the other one safety deep. One thing you can tell you is corners will lie to you. Corners will hide pre-snap, and they can go ahead and disguise what they're playing. On the snap of the ball, the safety's got to tell the truth. They have to be where they're going to be for their coverage when that ball turns over. So when the ball snaps here and he knows he's got one high safety and he's shaded more towards Darius, his best matchup is somewhere down the field away from the extra coverage down low and away from that shaded safety. So because they're shading to take away this and take away this right here, then we've got to go ahead and make sure we hit either this or this down the field. And, again, it all ties into what's that quarterback looking at when that ball turns over. First thing all quarterbacks are really checking are the safeties, are confirming the coverage. And then once they see he's high, he's low, they've got to make sure they know what coverage it is and then where my best matchup is. So there's a lot of things that happen in a split second. You've got to really drill it and practice it, throughout the entire year, starting in spring, going through training camp and throughout each week of the game week. But you have to do it on a daily basis to really make it reactionary instinct for Daniel.
Coach, great stuff as always. We appreciate the class each and every week, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, Bob.